and sit down.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and today we're just going to do a quick chit-chat. And the thing that I just wanted to talk about, we're not going to get political. Yeah, there's a lot of political stuff going on right now. There's different things in the news about some, train derailments and some chaos with, this and that, and, some protests, some unrest, some things like that. That's for you guys as of right now. I'm not going to get into any of that. There's plenty of channels that love to do that. It's not going to be for us. The big thing that I wanted to kind of jump on here for is before I left work, I tuned in to Ryan Hall, y'all, which if you don't know who that is the guy on YouTube here that is the weatherman to go to. So if you have anything weather related that you want to know what's going on, go check his channel out, like, subscribe, give him a shout out, tell him, you heard him from here, and pay attention to him. He knows what he's talking about, and he's got, a channel that is constantly growing, 1.2 million subscribers or whatnot, and so he knows what he's talking about, and he tells it in a way that, can really help you. Real quick side note, speaking of subscribers, we have hit over 1,000 subscribers, so thank you. We're barely over a month old on this channel, and we are just growing exponentially faster than I ever thought we would, so thank you for that. Again, real quick, if you're new, welcome, thank you. I know YouTube has kind of done their little algorithm thing, so always try and hit that like, subscribe, share, check your subscriptions. I know there's a few people I follow, it's messed with all that I wasn't getting notified and whatnot. Check those on the people that you like and follow to make sure that YouTube hasn't messed with that. But it really does help, the people that you follow, me included. When you like and subscribe, it messes on their algorithm that just kind of forces us up there. So this channel here is going to be kind of for the people that's new, the people that's just kind of getting into the preparedness community. This is also going to be, the people that are mid-level, maybe a few high-enders that want to, dial it back and then just brush back up on their fundamentals, hear a new, fresh perspective. So with that, let's jump back in with the weather. I'm sure everybody's aware that, this is going to be a weather weekend. I was tuning into Ryan, like I said, and they had some stuff. I want to say it was Missouri and Iowa and whatnot. 2-inch hail, 50, 60 mile-an-hour winds. Guys, that's not to be played with. So this weekend is going to be kind of a head on a swivel. Not panic, not chaos, not nothing like that. Being prepared. You don't panic, and that's what this is all going to be about. Look for your thing on, when you have weather or whatnot, so that way you can get information ahead of time, and that way that gives you time to prepare. Know what it is, what's coming in your direction, what's potentially coming. But this is also the time too, even if you're all on the West Coast and you're not affected by any of this, this is that great time that you can grab your bags and your plans, dust them off, go through them, update them, make adjustments, make sure that you and the family and, neighbors, your team, whatever, everybody is updated. All the things are charged up, your cell phones, your flashlight, get your candles out, make sure that you have everything down. So that way, if something was to happen, that you are prepared. You look into law enforcement, you look into military, you look into, sports or whatnot. They practice over and over and over to get something called muscle memory. That way, when this happens, you automatically throw this out as a action or a reaction to that event without even thinking about it. You're just trained to do it. You know, it's that whole thing in like fighting. Punch comes in, before you can even process that this punch is coming, you've already done something before you can even get your brain to wrap around what happened. You just reaction. So dust out your stuff, go through everything, update all your stuff, make sure that you have, in my opinion, the two most important things during a lot of these crises things is communication and logistics. Communication, you and everybody on your team, your family, you know, kids, all that, they know what's going on. So you communicate the info, you communicate what's going on, any changes, you know, directions you're heading, coming home now, coming home in an hour, streets are bad, all that. And then you have your logistics. Hey, I'm taking Route 1 home. If Route 1's blocked, I will communicate and I will take backup plan B. Make sure that everybody is on the same page. Make sure you have all this laid down. You know, when we was kids and we was in school, we'd do the fire drills, and I used to see all the people that just make fun of them. You know, this is boring, this is a waste of time. They'd laugh, they wouldn't take it serious. Point of it is that if you do it over and over and over, in the event of a fire, you knew what to do. You just fell back. I've done this before, you know, and that's what we're trying to do here in the preparedness community. If something happens, I've done this before. You know, I've practiced. I've done a dry run. And I encourage you on a lot of things, dry run things. Go through it. Go through the motions. Don't just talk about, don't just write it down and throw it on the shelf. Run through everything just like it's a real scenario. You do it with your firearms. You know, you go out and you train, so that way you are proficient and you know what's going on. Do it with everything that you have. Take your knife out, test it. Take your lighters out, test it. Take your flashlight, everything. Test it. You don't want your life depending on something that's never been out of the box. You know, you don't know if it's already defective. You don't know if it has holes, if it's going to break. Test your gear. Put it to plan. Make sure you understand how it all operates. You know, this channel is all for the new people and things like that, and the people want to come back into the fundamentals. Sometimes you can be doing this, you know, in the preparedness community for 10 years, and you buy something, and you go, oh, well, I've got 10 of those, so I'm just going to put it up. I know it works. Yeah, the ones in the past 10 years have worked. What about the one you just bought? You know, anything man-made can and will break. So make sure that you understand each and everything. Test it, please. Just know that if anything happens, you got, you know, potential tornadoes, you've got, you know, flooding, high winds, damaging winds, you know, you got all this bad weather stuff. You may not be affected. Your house may make it through, you know. Your neighbor might not, and your preps can be ready to help your neighbor out. And it's one of those things that sometimes, you know, your neighbor is on the same page as you and they're prepared. You know, they may not need much. They just may need some labor or whatnot. Maybe they're not prepared, you know, and you have the opportunity to take some of your water and supplies and go over and go, hey, you know, I'm here for you. So I think in the preparedness community, it's not always just about making sure you survive and your family, but it's also helping your community. You know, this is a prepping community, and so we need to help each other as much as we possibly can. And you need to make sure that anytime that you are able to help, that you guys try and help each other. I encourage it. I understand, you know, there's different situations and different rules apply and different, you know, factions of different things. But I'm just asking that you try. I know, I understand you're busy. I understand that there's financial situations and whatnot. I understand the thing that I hear a ton of OPSEC. You know, I don't want them to know I have anything. Well, that's fine, but reverse it. If your neighbor was prepared and, you know, something happened to you and all your preps, you know, got blown away by a tornado, wouldn't you want them to help you? So just try and you know, remember humanity during all this. Try and help out. Try and go through your preps this weekend. Bust out your bag, brush everything off, go through everything, update your plans, do some adjustments, make sure that everything, you know, is all set and ready to go. I think most of you guys that are tuning in, I think you guys are on the right path. If you guys have any questions or comments, drop it down in the comments. And I'd like to see some more comments. We're starting to grow. So I also do a thing too. If you guys doing a project, let me know about it. Share it, if you feel comfortable. If you just got done with a project, if you bought some new gear, if you have questions about a gear, you want me to review something or tell you my opinion about it or whatnot, drop in the comments. Let's start helping each other. Let's build this community, and we'll continue to do more rural reports in the future, and we will continue to grow and build upon this. And we're just going to take this one step at a time, and I'm here with you on every step of the way. So with that, just please remember, you guys got to remain united. We're all prepping in this together. Thanks.